Go for the Genji pistol with the double sheriffs.
I know Yumpy was saying right at the start
Knife hits no one over towards B, and we go for a 3-2 push, full retake over towards A with info the turret.
Timing for poor Yumpy.
Hey, he held it
to the toilet.
I respect it. He held it for 2 hours while screaming.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
That was actually just panic.
Yeah, that was nothing to do with the game.
Hurry up! Well, FUT on the attack side, already closing in the distance and
Under a
taking
different
down
form of pressure
Yumpy,
here.
giving him a little bit of a break in this round. Late rotations through mid, 3 players on their way, and the retake will be underway any moment with an aggressive position from Zeus. He is put to bed early. Ivan, the one to take the limelight. Magnum from up top puts the numbers in their favor. No panic now.
Got no mollies.
Time is ticking. They should be able to put the pressure on around this elbow. Yedige, good for one. The second player on site backing him up is
Damn, it's nice shots from them.
Together, they close this
It's a nice shots.
Yeah, I think an important start for FUT. I think we've witnessed it many a time. I think
Dude, it's been so long since we talked about pistols, I don't even know what the pistol record is. I want to say they went 1-1, but honestly I have no idea.
There's going to be exhaustion on both sides.
If we win both pistols...
So you basically are going to sit there and play for 2 hours, ultimately to have to try and win 2 maps back to back. Like, it's not worth the investment.
They won 2-0 in pistols. Damn, so 3 now.
I like the fact that they've come in with a new comp.
1-1?
I think of all the people I've seen.
Yeah, how can I be getting so many things? VLR says 1-1, okay, so that's 2-1.
Back to his Lotus aggression, he was fantastic. And knowing that if you win this map, next is Fracture, where I'd say they're favored. Like, the series isn't over if they can get past the mental part.
We don't remember? Yeah, dude, I mean, it's so long ago.
The thing that makes me believe it will be different. This was a
3-person hold with the knife, you're definitely not sending it here.
Oh man, one more map, and then we
might be an easy rotate. Dude, I love what Magnum's doing here. This though, I don't think this should happen. Like him giving away that he's re-cleared that info. Because now they know there should be like 4 people here. Oh my goodness. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Don't replay that.
I'm surprised FUT just want to send it into this.
We're not showing that.
I think FUT messed up here. I think loads of people messed up in this round, to be honest, but...
already done onto FUT, although down goes Sociable in what could be the longest range classic fight I've seen attempted in a situation like this.
And his first full accuracy is normally impeccable. So I'd be nervous. And the only thing that could play into FUT's favor here, other than the player advantage and
yeah, the cuts sound like they might have rotated over towards B.
Will be in the
and we got a non-believer in Profec.
Okay, have they rotated? Have they gone back
Oh my goodness. When I saw him like walking into the angle, I was like, oh, maybe. This found super close to his ult.
Even though that round was very costly,
they might even just be default here. Try to get the ult, get that ult early.
Is still good damage out of BBL, leaving just 2 players alive, and the potential for that to go a
We have a rough showing with that flash. Went kind of deep.
The rifles come out.
Weather 2 with the tier 1. Thank you so much, bro. Appreciate the 10 months.
Iceboxes they've played, and to be honest, you know, looking at rounds on the board, I feel like this is somewhere I'm wanting them to put
4 people that Yumpy can one-shot.
On the board, 2-0. If they can get momentum in their sails, this new comp as well, maybe catching them off guard, could very easily be a 3rd map on the horizon. Cracks.
Dude, look at the confidence from everyone from BBL.
Has to hightail it out of mid. A lot of utility chasing him down, and
they're gonna regret it, I think.
Almost loses
Dude,
his life.
Everyone was facing.
Considering this is more of a bonus round, this is looking pretty dicey.
Magnum keeps
right now.
re-clearing pressure. I feel like they've already caught on. Oh, Spike? Well, that's a nightmare.
That's a mistake. Krax has peeked mid with a Spike. Now retrieving this shouldn't be too difficult. Ada Captain's going to take the deep space, make sure that nobody's been able to push past, but that's at least something. And now they've had to give up a lot of the space that they previously
50 seconds. Profec has a smoke to delay and molly.
It's just going to be jiggle peeking, but the rest of the team have gone the other way. They have got the read completely wrong.
That's a good delay, though.
Delay still available for Profec. It's going to buy them that extra time. BBL getting to reset, and potentially have 3 players on site ready for the fight. The benefit, Yumpy contains that push around from Ada Captain.
Oh, these salvos are deadly.
With a player to his back,
they were nice.
Yedige now the last man standing, 15 health.
I mean, he's going to get at least 1. Oh, oh no. Oh boy, well.
But Magnum checks it anyways. All the boxes ticked. And a round fought well by
Sure.
BBL. The upgrade as well off the
Good
Outlaw.
damage.
They're going to walk out with 3 rifles.
Yeah, that's really not bad. Like, I think especially with the way the round started, with Levin being caught out, and I'm sure that's something that FUT have done their due diligence on. Like, think to the last time that we saw this map played versus Koi, Levin was basically just being cheeky the entire map. Like, how much can I get away with? Like, diving into
definitely want to do
sides,
some kind of
taking
set plan with this
aggressive
ult.
angels, and on defense,
The only
he's
one here,
pushing
Magnum
that
might try and go
A side
aggro
a
for
lot
his
to
A ult, so
try
you might
and
even
garner that
see
extra
some kind of
control.
punish
So
over
I wanna
towards
see
A.
if
Looks
he's
like
gonna
he's setting up
continue
for
to
some
do
kind
that
of
now that
grab
he's
net
been
to create pressure for
immediately
it.
counted in the first buy round.
Well, it is very much a sign of what's to come, right? We're back in game and take a look at the pushes that were gone for early on.
Yeah, instant
Up
grab
against
net.
a
Yeah, they're
bonus
trying to
round. It's very
trying to create the
risky.
pressure
You
with
know,
the
that
instant
deep
grab
to
net
double
salvo
up on the
combo.
aggression as well. You're likely to run in to the numbers. BBL throwing in that bit of aggression early on to catch FUT off guard.
Shot.
They get around.
Dude,
and
he's so
Levin's got an
confident.
opening kick from up
My
top.
goodness,
Yuppie
the right
with
click's
the
nuts
transfer
here.
of dreams.
3
Flashed
pass and
himself
shut down
in,
over
and
towards
as a
B.
result, the round is
That's the
theirs.
fastest round we've
Wow.
seen
They
today.
fall flat here with an in-zone flawless from BBL.
Oh, that's gotta hurt. Like, you came into the round with solid ultimates online, with
Yeah, I think you
rifles that were
gotta.
purchased
I think
up,
you gotta
and
use
you
your
get
drone, no?
basically nothing for that one, the initial fight, but then this flash,
I mean, that flash
God
is
flash,
lovely.
caught 2 players
To the right foot.
completely blind. And Yumpy, well, after a much better start than we saw
The
in
right
last
flash
map, he had a really
buff
rough
is.
initial
It does
display
look strong.
on the attack
Get your
side,
gun out faster, flashes for longer.
but individually looking stellar here.
Redorb with the Prime. Thank you so much for the 20 months as well. Thank you so much for the Prime.
Falling flat in that round. They got
Forces them
pistols,
down to an
stingers,
eco,
but on
and
the attack
honestly,
side,
I
hard to
think
make
you
that
gotta
work.
imagine that they should have used their
Numbers to
util a little bit
advantage
better.
It would be a mistake.
I've been flaming a couple of teams for this, right? Where they don't, where they like have an ult, yet they take so many risks into the ult rounds. Like this is a great example.
Sociable jumps up top. The first
Very
fight,
nice.
whatever, but I'm not sure about that aggression. It's worked out for just 1 death, though. He's the only one to fall, and I think they can be quite thankful that's the way it went.
Do you know how he went? He went, oh, Profix on A. I can die. It doesn't matter anymore. We've got our sight anchor here ready and raring to go, and well, a nice little cleanup for Profik that will get him ever closer to the ults. And that's the thing. The spread of kills is actually very, very good for BBL to have a lot of ultimates online.
Dude, I'm kind of worried for FUT if they don't get a good start here.
It's the fact that he like
The comp should struggle on attack.
And then is like, I'm gonna take more
Like
fights here.
they should just be able to
knows
luck
the
everywhere.
frags up.
Sorry,
And
the
you
comp
go
should
eco
struggle on
frags.
defense
Yeah,
even.
how's that work
Turkish
out for
Derby.
him?
He's got to farm up those ults. You'll say that, and then he'll ace around. You'll be like,
Damn, there's a lot of U2 over towards A. Drone goes towards middle, set them up. Perfect decides to aggro as they knife in late, and he's...
a nasty surprise.
he's not
Zeus
even
able to get a very
reacting to the guy on
easy
the screen.
early pick. Not the way they wanted to start that one off, but then again, I say that, they still have 3 players dedicated to this B site. It seems like the only goal was to play retake. You have the lockdown available. And maybe having the expectation that, okay, if they've got Annihilation and Armageddon online, they're going to go for some sort of
Knife
execute with
didn't
the
get
ult,
anyone,
so
yeah,
we
but
don't wanna
they
be on the
should
side.
know
It's a
with the
fair
knife
call.
they're
I mean,
throwing,
with
right?
already having the pick, I'd still say it's decently likely they use some ultis to go through, alarm bot to delay, turret to spot, and then nanos to actually stop the plant. It's a really nice setup. And see the value it's going to have here. No chance to dive backside. Lockdown goes into play. 6
Oh,
seconds left.
damn.
The ult is going to be sent in after it. The plant found just on the edge as well.
Oh.
Look at this swing. It's a free pick
Okay.
for Magnum. They still end up smelling the roses in that play with a 4v4 as a result. Old pop, swing in though, and it's Magnum getting that little bit more. But the second side of the push has been
they
slowed,
gotta-
stopped as
they
Yenijay
got the
found
plant
one.
down.
Nade trades him out too. But Krax is left alone thanks to the salvo. Stun just
Uh-oh.
misses. He's caught one above.
Uh-oh, Yumpy.
Isolating the fights. The wraparound spotted. And he stopped the defuse, at least for now. Sociable needing to put the pressure on time-wise. The tap making it to half just about.
Hey,
but
nice
he's
shot.
looking the
Big
wrong
1v2.
way. A Red
Little bit
Bull
of a,
clutch for
rough one in
Krax.
terms of the
An
timing.
equalizer for FUT.
Yeah, he's been having an unbelievable series. I mentioned the sort
Damn.
of 40 bomb. that he
Did
had
they
in the
both
last
go
round,
in? Oh,
which
yeah, I
still
see attack balls
resulted in
already.
a loss.
Did
And
they
we
go
were
into
talking
the
at very
corner to
beginning
like
of
crouch
that
the
series
knife,
3
or did the
days
knife
ago
just not go
about
deep
how
enough?
The fact that he hadn't had those crazy performances, but we've been seeing it here. Some real individual prowess in rounds that FUT needed it most.
Well,
And
it
if
was
map
looking like a
one
short map,
wasn't
so
long enough,
this
we
is bound to
decided
happen.
to make this one a little bit longer.
Well, what I think we heard it was a 2-hour 25 map
Yeah.
start to finish.
Well, the thing is, what I'm doing is I'm going to take tomorrow off, but because I casted 2 matches worth today, I think I still get paid. I think that's how it works.
Yeah, I mean, that is how it works, I think.
So. I'm surprised we didn't convert it to a BO1 after that. Like a certain
yeah.
let them know, listen, whoever wins this, you're taking the series. We got a schedule.
I don't think the team that won the map, so you just won that map, but it's actually irrelevant. If you lose this next one, you just lose.
But no, I'm saying the first map, like Ascent, they should have stopped. We hit 2020 and they go, okay, listen, whoever wins this OT,
whoever wins
the series is yours.
Do you mean whoever wins this round? Because you said OT, but that's just that's how
whoever
just
wins Ascent.
Oh, you mean the
series,
whole
BO3.
first map? Oh, damn.
Yeah, whoever wins the first map takes the BO3. That would have been a nice solution.
Yeah, I feel like it being the pick of BBL.
5-hour match, maybe.
Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that.
I'm quite glad
maybe.
don't run the admin team.
I applied for a slot in the admin.
Yeah.
I think I'll get it. These are some of the ideas I'm bringing to the table.
I think that was one of those ones where anything coming from your email immediately just
The
gets
bright side
trashed.
is there's no EMEA to do. That's
I'm
true.
sure
There's
I
no
haven't done this
Americas
once,
tonight.
But I think it's on the way.
They
I did it last
gotta,
year,
Yeah, it was
gotta hope
4
they
years
fix
ago.
this stuff for tomorrow, though.
There's a lot of applicants.
We've actually moved studios since then. It's weird. They haven't responded yet.
I'm pretty sure it's around the corner. I've been
Have they
sending
managed to play
weekly
one map
updates
in
just
2 hours?
to let them know my new
Mate, it's
ideas.
nearly 3 hours.
So eventually those will land in the right ears.
We had
Yeah,
like
another tech
a
pause. Kicking us off here with
45-minute
6
tech
rounds in,
pause
3-3,
into
neck
the
and neck, on
longest
course for
map
another
ever.
long map, perhaps, on Icebox. And this time I can confirm that Yumpy peed beforehand, so that's at least something. The rest of the squad, they could be in trouble.
Am I gonna try
How
Marathon?
about you, Tom?
Dude, I watched a video of it. It doesn't look
Did
great.
I go to the yes,
I'll watch some
Well,
streamers
after
play it,
2.5
but
hours. Yeah,
I don't know.
you know,
Looks
I
kind of
survived. We made it.
looks kind
We
of rough from
lived.
what I'm seeing.
For now, we'll see. If this one goes to OT, I'm not so sure. I think my lungs might collapse by that point.
Well, to be honest, Tom, any other day I'd say, yeah, poor us, you know, we gotta sit here shouting and talking. What about poor Yumpy's throat? You think he can take more of that screaming, man?
The difference
keeping
is,
the
though,
team
he
hyped.
kind of gets a choice. Like, I think if
We
I
might,
just
said
stopped
Shark.
talking
We'll
midway
see.
through,
Restarting the computer?
we'd have
Oh
more
boy.
problems career-wise.
Long one.
Then again, I don't think his coaching staff would be. But he could just go like, guys, we should go towards the B site this round.
Start of the
God,
computer.
you got it. But that's not Yumpy's theory of the game.
They'd have
He
to
wants get
boost.
Look
loud.
into the
They'd have
client
to boost his
again.
mic about 400% because they've turned it down so much.
Exactly. It's so low right now. At times we haven't heard it, but that's just because it's turned off. Our audio engineer had enough. Imagine being the guy sitting there monitoring it the whole time. Poor EVS. Ears are getting blasted.
Oh, you know. Nonetheless, I think that there we go. Restarting the computer. That can't take long. I'm sure we've got.
I've restarted many
That can't
computers
take
As
long.
long as it's not. As long as
Totally
it's
not.
hazards.
Kane as well,
because
thank you
that
so much
takes
for
2.5
the
working days
Prime. Appreciate the
for him
6
to
months.
actually,
I mean, the other thing
Kayan?
is, and this, you know,
Kayan?
this is
Kayan,
this has
right?
come out of left field for a lot of people.
Thank you so much, bro.
You'll wonder why you
We
went
got
to
Tykes as well with the Prime. Thank you for that
I've
also,
learned recently
Tykes,
is
mate.
You shouldn't actually, when restarting
Appreciate you
the
doing
computer,
that.
or even just when it's on, you shouldn't touch the graphics card and try to just shove it in the slot a little more. That can result in not great things happening.
So you're saying
Darker
don't
Darker
mess around
tweeted he
with
has better
the
ping
inside
in
of your
his flat.
computer
That's
while it's
what I
currently
was saying.
Graphics card a little
Yeah.
nudge.
I'll also
Just
say
make
At
sure
one
it's in the
point,
slot.
other things you should
does
do
feel
is
like
light
maybe-
it on fire, pour water into the center of it. That's
Well,
probably a bad
that's
idea.
wrong. I have water cooling, Tom. You have to
Yeah, but
top
that's
it up
not you
sometime.
pouring it into the center of the computer.
That's true. That
Maybe
could be
this play
problematic.
online.
Yeah.
Hadn't tried
We'll
I'd
that.
see.
say don't do that. It's
Well-
a bad idea.
Well, then explain to me. My graphics card's overheating. What do I do?
Probably just ask someone who actually has the capability to do it,
Mysterious
or
Infinite with the
turn
tier
the
1.
computer
Thank you
off
so much
before
as well
messing
for that,
around
bro.
with it.
Appreciate the
Might
2
actually, you're not
months.
supposed
Thanks for
to
the
use
kind words,
compressed
bro.
air in it while it's on.
Him safe with the Prime as well.
I
Thank you for the
think you're
15
just not
months.
supposed to do anything to the inside of it
Thank
while
you for
it's
saying
on.
that
Should
also,
make that
dude.
more clear, if
I
I'm being
think
honest.
they do. I
Zooming.
think you
That
just
much
have
more
to
clear.
read any of the
Nevermind
manuals that come with
TV
it.
as well with the 8
Luckily,
months.
Ulysses
Thank you so
came
much.
over and fixed my PC for me, and
Thank
there was
you,
no
Nevermind.
long-lasting damage. So
Okay,
that's a bit
surely
reassuring.
we're back.
Other than that, no long-lasting
I mean,
damage.
relatively
I don't think
short
anyone
one.
down there has touched the graphics card.
No, I
I
think
let them know that before the
Yeah,
game.
I think our tech guys are also a little bit better than you.
A little bit, perhaps. There you go. Oh, Arkia briefly played for FUT and even faced BBL in the grand final of First Strike Turkey. That was a long time ago. I remember coming.
Oh,
to
so
the
he's
studio
a bit like
for
Sol
the first
Campbell
time
then.
for that.
He's betrayed.
hell is that?
So Sol Campbell is a player who played for us, or played for Tottenham and then went to
That's
Arsenal.
Drew
so
77 with the
Tottenham
Prime
fans
as well.
hate
Thank you
him,
for the
so,
14 months, mate. Thank you for doing
Get
that.
that bag, man.
Again, let's go. Where are we?
It makes a bit more sense, not up against the eco, but they've seen this play before. Not ready for it. He grabs one. The flash.
I'd imagine he got out of there.
So does he. 1 for 1, and the
It's a solid bait though, Yampy.
Completely nullifies that fight. Yampy going in, and now they've.
Oh, he baited it. Oh my God, he got a third. I mean, the Yampy bait ended up being incredible. Because surely if Yampy's going for it, someone else would be there helping him out.
For a certain round, and instead. It's a 2v2.
Gamzy as well, thank you so much for the Prime, bro. Appreciate the 4 months. Thank you for doing that, mate.
Slow motion. You shouldn't be able to do anything with that. It's like an ultimate breach stun. Well, the difference, though, is that the B site is completely open. So there's already a full rotation. Mr. Fallen is currently doing his best Nats cosplay of how is he there.
Yeah, he gets a lot of space.
Try and basically get himself into an aggressive enough position without giving the game away. He knows the turret's on the other side. BBL are not moving.
Just an ingenious strategy, though, isn't it? 2 players take one-by-one fights. You have the KO flashing for him as well. So you think, well, there's hardly a third
There's
guy
so
there,
much
'cause he would've
util.
swung with them.
We already have a
listen,
Sonic Sensor on the spike. Yeah, they don't even expect him to be that close.
Prophet giving away the cues, and now
Oh, I like this from Magnum though.
He's heard the steps running away, even gets
Wow.
tags onto Yedege. Fortunately, Yedege's got the upper hand now, halfway diffused,
Yeah,
but the
it's
swing comes in
horrible.
just in time.
Horrible to play against.
And a well-handled round by FUT, but you have to wonder, how did Sociable get so much done in that initial fight?
He's just watched the Matrix a lot of times. He understands how slow motion works. Just able to get an absurd dunk from that position. But no, it's again, those quick mid-round adaptations. Realizing there's a gap on the other side of the map, and well, for BBL, the 3-round streak kept it clean is enough for them to still
Can Pancada beat that Icebox's kill record? Nah, they got it wrong.
Even in hand
He had like 78 or something? Or 70, 76? I can't remember. Okay, big change up. We got Astral with a Killjoy. Oh my goodness.
He's decided to fall back. I think that was probably due to the pick onto Levin. You don't really need to make the hero plays when you already have the man advantage.
Well, that's exactly it. The Viper's Pit, though, is going to be a problem late round, so they send the drone through to try to deal with it.
Dude, someone has to break it here. If we get third map, someone breaks it.
As they're spotting now, it's a little bit further back. Great work as well from Prophet to keep dancing around this utility, avoid being dropped, avoid being caught out. His left side covered in by the alarm bot as well, so there's no need to panic. The thing is, these rotations coming through, they're not spotted because of the orb.
It was maybe a little bit too obvious what happened from BBL here, right into the drone over towards middle to set up the op. And they've done that a couple of times, and each time they drone, they did peak middle, so definitely feel on top of that one.
It's got to just be swings, and well, at least it's working out for the first.
Oh.
Ults being spammed, forcing them forward. They expect the one position that couldn't have been cleared. Sociable looking for another hero play, but again, he'll be slowed. Has Yumpy for support.
Dude, Yumpy on 3 HP wins that. They kind of tunnel vision a little bit. Wait, they held this pretty nice.
Sociable even looking to
Dude,
try
you got
and
a
take
good stun here, yeah?
Another of those stuns
15 seconds.
put into play. Just 10 seconds left with the aggression working out. Sociable drops the spike and
that's impressive though. Fair play. 3v4. The nice separates them a little bit.
4-4.
Got the drop down.
It's back and forth we go. The lead.
Dude, Teo, man. Teo's too strong.
Again, that early play by Yumpy to get aggressive, it gets them so much value. Then he's there to back Sociable up. After the stun comes through, Sociable was dead to rights. But he survives.
Bro, insane, Volkan. You are Messi.
What?
He has a way with words.
Bro, even he doesn't know what he's saying.
There's a good reason they call him the submarine.
Oh my god.
He got so muddled.
Can we get that again after this round? I want to see if I can understand it the second time round.
He said at the end that he said you're Messi. And I'm assuming he means the footballer and not just you're not very clean.
Yeah.
Because you're insane, but a little bit Messi.
Dude, Magnum is so funny, bro. That clip of Magnum hitting himself in the eye with his monitor is one of the best clips ever.
Zeus has done well. Again, the disruption caused by the Waylay, but Sociable is still here, not for long. Trade's almost immediate. That Viper's Pit is becoming more and more tempting by the seconds, and it will go down. Magnum hoping to try and find a gap.
I was gonna say, do they not just see his legs there?
The spam can maybe get something, but it goes the other way. A flank coming through. Never with a sniper. Probably hoping that he can find another
good
guard.
spam.
Instead, it's Yumpy to get one with the spam.
Shorty on its
But
way.
Yumpy's just out here spamming everyone as well.
Hit goes down. They saw Mr.
Yeah, you
Fall.
know where he
They
is.
saw him step into that
Damn,
corner, and he's so
2v3.
desperately
They all
low.
tunneled into the
conversion
ult.
For BBL
Oh,
around
Yumpy
it.
did good with the
I
spam
mean,
as well.
You mentioned it though, Tom. The
They handled
real
this well.
danger,
They're
once that
very
pit goes down
fast
on
in
the
terms
side,
of
that can
the space
completely
behind.
flip the odds in their favor.
Yeah, this can happen with the Viper ult where you give him too much space. Most people always try and do the afterplan one where they can
players to wrap around.
wrap around the corner.
So if anybody jumps into it, they have a split second to find you and you can see them immediately. But when they come from the other direction,
What is
there's
that
not many
emote? Yeah,
angles
dude,
to
that's the
hold,
clip.
but
It's
also,
so
yeah,
good.
There's only 1 or 2 places that Levin's really going to be checking. Of course, still does incredibly well. From that sort of angle,
Bro, gonna guard attack.
we're going to have a hard
The
defense.
Frozen
I got
Fox,
that.
thank you so much for the prime.
Thank
Thank you so much, bro. Thank you, thank
knows
you.
that that's a good chance that FUT might fight for the orbs early on, Tom. They're one away from a valuable ult. No doubt.
Okay, we
that's
got any
something
kind of
BBL are
punish for
tracking.
this?
Either that or he's having a jam tarn. He's going to have a target attack. But I
Okay.
don't think that's what he was saying.
Nice
I
shot.
don't believe so, Tom. But there's no telling when it comes to Magnum. Sociable, good for the pick.
Oh boy,
They were
he's
looking
too
to push him
confident.
out of that position, got more than
He's
they're
way
bargained
too
for.
confident.
Ult sent through by Deadlock, but it's
Oh,
not the play.
boy.
The player's already gone, and Ada Captain
Fell
lurking
apart.
outside A. Surprises Magnum. A 4 versus 2 now. The remaining BBL players making the read right away.
Wait, to make the right call.
And
This
is
isn't
a
done.
rotation to the A site. They're going to be here well ahead of the push.
I almost wonder if
It's a great read.
we'll see that. Maybe the Armageddon for safety. Clear the back of the site, but it's the close position that's far more dangerous. The knife won't connect.
Free.
Yumpy right in position.
Oh, what the hell is that?
That was it!
What the hell is that? How?
I need
How?
a slow-mo replay. That's the most BS spray
How?
I've ever seen.
He wasn't aiming at the second guy!
You didn't believe. You thought it was
I
a
thought it was
teammate.
a second,
You
but I
thought
was
it
like,
was a
oh,
teammate.
great crossfire there, Tom. Wonderful crossfire. What a setup. What a setup.
No way. What is that?
Oh, that's outrageous.
What the hell?
No! No! Tech pause. Get on that man's PC.
Let's go!
Oh, man. I mean, in one perspective, they don't use the ult. They don't put the util because they think that they...
Even Pal's just
players
like, how is that
respond.
just
They
happened,
don't
man?
expect them to be there, but Pal saw the same thing I did. What just happened? Wait, Yumpy, 2 bullets. The second one just, it was a heat seeker.
Do you remember the meme that was going around where people are like, oh yeah, like, do you mind if I put on some white noise before I go to sleep? I just want that meme with that Yumpy scream. Like, it's so ridiculous how he's managed to get away with that. And yeah, an impeccable read.
Tiny
on the
Frog Boy with the
rotation.
prime. Thank you for the 10 months, mate. Thank you for doing that.
A whole lot less mad if he could have seen that replay. If we could just, can we just go show him that?
This is
Work
like
on it.
smiling rage.
He
Yeah,
was
this
so
yeah, he's so
two shots
he's
that
so
quickly,
angry.
you're
He's just
like,
laughing now.
yes, bro.
No, this is like when your girlfriend or wife goes, it's fine. No, Mitch, it's fine. This is fine.
He's hit his breaking point now. Yeah, let's 3v, let's swing it one by one. But that's the thing, the first 2 I can't play. They're not swinging alone. He's just genuinely, he's cracked the code.
He's gone mental. Like this is you lose 25-23, and then that happens. You're like,
He's gone mental. I think they're gonna start looking inward.
Or more mad. I actually have no idea how that's gonna affect his psyche. That's ridiculous.
mad? Me? Why would I be mad?
6-4. A 2-round gap between these two, and what should have been neck and neck. A 4v2, a 3-piece from Yumpy. He's on his feet. He's screaming back in the other direction. And he's letting FUT know that he's set to bury them. Their record in partnership,
back
2-0 for
aside.
FUT every step of the
I
way.
mean,
Dominance
Seven's in a good
in
place
those
for this.
series in a BBL
FUT's
that
gonna go
looked like
behind
they
him.
had no legs to stand on. Well,
They might
this is a
think
different
that there's
BBL
no
we're seeing here
anyone.
today. They've claimed
Oh,
as
okay.
FUT's former home ground, and
Ow.
now they look to beat them on their own map pick. But an
I mean,
opening
he
pick
missed 2 shots, I
gives
guess,
FUT
but
the advantage. And I'm sorry, but the BS meter's off the charts. Profex got one in the spawn, the spray through the wall to catch one. And FUT
Now
tagged
what?
them
They're just
heavy
kind
on
of
a lot
locked in though.
players.
I don't know if they'll expect 2 to be
Good
here.
boy.
That's the only thing. The attack
Good
really
chance
wants
there's
this
someone there.
backline, and well, it's already
Oh, they have
looking
no
done.
idea about the second.
No, the
Gotta
social
try
was here,
kill
but he
2.
can't just take 1 kill. He needs to get a multi-frag, and the second he fires on 1, they'll all be looking his way. That's the problem.
It's a
So
hard
many
spot
players
to
in
be
this
in.
backline. Yumpy needs even more BS than the last round. I don't think it's going to be happening. A net laid to keep him in position, and a swing that will put FUT within 1 round.
I like as well that it's Crack swinging because he already knows where Yedege is. So he's going to be set on that angle, waiting for the swing. 6-5, and a round for FUT that is
Oh my
much
God,
needed now.
insta-lock.
Equalization possible by the time we hit that halfway mark, but BBL streaks of 3 rounds. They've really found their footing on this defensive side. And again, this is the map that FUT come in picking. We talk about
Where are we
the
for the
attack
last
side,
round?
Tom,
3
did you come
orcs?
in with a number
I mean,
in
surely
mind
they
for
finished
how
this
many
half
they needed
here.
to get? It was 6
It was
in their
7.
last matchup. But a weaker defense.
They had a
Flash
weaker
makes it
defense.
look like they
I'd
want to
say
go
probably
close.
7 or
Maybe
8.
Jet sometimes goes here.
Especially with this composition. The waylay gives you good opportunities, but I feel like at times a lot of what you have with this comp is about setup and catching players. On the defense, that can be
BBL?
much harder
BBL
to
should
do.
already have enough
I'd
rounds,
say as
but
well, a lot of what you get out
unless
from
FUT have
Deadlock
got
as well
something
is
really cool
I feel
planned
like it
for
has more of a
their
benefit
defense that
for the attack in
I haven't seen
comparison to
before
the
or
likes
I
of the
can't think
Killjoy and
of.
the defense. So
Do they not just going to get lurked on like
be
mad?
interested to see how they
I
make
don't
it
think
work.
there's
That's
any kind of
probably where
wall
they
you can
work
do
a lot
over
more,
towards
though.
middle that's going to help
From
you
up
too
above,
much.
bullets
So they're not
connect,
just going to be able
but
to shoot easy.
no pick found.
Wait.
He went through. He went through the Viper screen. He's looking to just fight tooth and nail, and they've kept the man advantage going.
Yeah, last time they went for this, or was it this one or is it this one?
Lockdown sends them back. There's no way that Krax is getting out of here detained. And with deep control over B, as we're seeing with this push-up, Yumpy's got all the control in his hands. Levin watching his back as well, making sure the mid lurk can't come through tube or under. And then obviously you've got an alarm bot sitting there watching for that push-up alongside the turrets. Well, not anymore.
Yeah, similar
out by
ult
the utility
as
of
before,
Krax.
not the same though.
Ult sent through as a response.
22 seconds on
Players just
this.
standing either side of it. 20 seconds and it's all down to the
36
delay.
HP, 1 bullet for
36
this.
HP, man advantage for BBL. They've
Oh.
seen a player up on the
do it.
rope, hung out to dry.
Okay, nice, dude. I think they're so fine. Are they not 7-5? They go up against the no sentinel or no info sentinel on defense. They're very aware of the no info sentinel because they were pushing behind loads on this defense. Like I think Profect should be getting loads of kills this round. Loads of kills or loads of space. Or Magnum. I don't know who's going to be lurking, but
with a desperate need for a response, but if we've seen anything,
Giga
sometimes the
2642
expectation of
with
what
the
you'll get
prime.
on a map
Thank you very
is
much, mate. I appreciate that prime
absolutely
usage.
meaningless. Let's just wait and see what we'll get after the break.
Has an ascent. Pretty doable. I mean, probably with how it's going. Apex like the map. Giants like the map. Yeah, dude, it's gonna happen, Bacon. At least third map. I reckon Giants will probably pick it. And no one's gonna ban it, I know that much. Wait, you have all the merch, Sonia? Damn, dude. El Mortel, thank you so much for the prime. Appreciate the 22 months. Thank you so much for the prime. Carpa T as well with the prime. Thank you so much for the 20 months. Thank you for that. What's the third map? Surely it doesn't matter. Surely BBL have got this. FUT would have to have some really good stuff.
Folks, 5 rounds on the board.
BBL would have
FUT
to
as they
really
move
mess
to their
up.
defensive side. The standard set high in that first half, as this, at least on what we saw last time, was their weaker side. But if you were to go on history, Tom, if you were to go on last matchups, Ascent wouldn't have been 25 to 23. So
with
maybe we
attack
throw that
side,
book out of the window.
victories for the majority.
Exactly.
Of it, so.
It's been hard to read these teams.
You know what I want? Another
I'm interested to
overtime?
see what
Okay.
they've got, because I think like
Well,
you've kind of lost what could have been
there's a chance.
the Yedege anchor.
2-1 in the
Obviously, last time
pistols,
around on this map, at
1-0
least,
on
he was
this
playing
map, which
KO,
kind of
so
says a
that
lot
wasn't
for
necessarily
the
his
actual
job.
buy
I think he's going to
rounds.
have more of an opportunity to do that here, as you can see over on that B side.
Flash through the roof at the top for a double dash. They don't spot anyone. They create a little bit of pressure. They insta wall over towards B. Okay, honestly, wall over towards B and then fight middle a little bit heavier. Then you can eventually punish the wall with like ops.
Waylay, a much lower chance. So maybe there's a few surprises.
But all BBL have to do is just chill for like 45 seconds at the beginning. Just A control, that's it. Mincho, thanks so much for the prime. Appreciate the 14 months. Thank you for doing that, mate.
As well, where they got, what, 4 rounds in this half. 2 of them were the pistol and the follow-up. So it was a very shaky position, but no doubt they will have learned a lot.
How has Artist not got cancelled till now? Wait, mate, you're saying it like he's been cancelled.
Leaving just one Yedege on B. And it will be a passive
somehow he just dodges it all.
Presumably spotting out the players in just a moment and backing off, conceding that space.
He has been? What's been cancelled for?
Doesn't really leave him with anywhere to go. Levin, the flash is perfect.
Scouts just can't be cancelled.
Once again, but they have not cleared the one man left within the site. A chance for Yedege to spring a trap. 2 quick kills. That aggression was so successful for BBL, they didn't realize that there was still one man lurking in the grass.
Again, it was the one that they spotted to start this one out. Just figured he'd fallen back that little bit further, but no, Yedege is still here. Unfortunately, he needs to do it all. A 3-piece already. 2 away from the ace, and he isolates the first, spots the second.
Oh man, it's close.
It's close.
It was
50
close.
HP left unsociable, but
Does he
Salvo's
swing before the half?
online.
Big.
That's gonna buy
for
a
God's
little
sake.
bit more time, and in this round, with it already bleeding so deep, he should be able to run this clock all the way down. Sociable. He may even give the ace in the end, but the time is gone. BBL, they've stolen the pistol round away. What an attempt by Yedege, though.
Yeah, no, he played that to perfection. I don't think really anything more can be asked of your solo
Yampy did good here, though. Had to get the double.
Within a million pieces
Flash
of
to
utility.
take back off. There's a great flash into this.
Cleared. You find 2 kills to grant the site back to your control, and then it came down to, okay, can we just clear the remaining
in the
3
same
players?
bullet?
He got 2 of those as well. So I'm kind of looking at the rest of the FUT players and going like, what more can he do? Really, what more could he have done?
2-2 though. 2-2, 1-1 on it every single map for this one. Full eco.
First man in, last man out of that previous round. But FUT left in the dirt now.
I like the idea though. They tap the orb and then you have 3 people holding you for if you're going to be swinging on it. Just the fact that he's got the best gun for it.
Yedege got up to some magic with this classic in the last round. Albeit they didn't have 50 shields, and well, they're not coming towards him this time either. It's back to the B site. All that space taken by Magnum, and that's going to be a lot of what we see
thank you so much for the prime, bro.
on this side. Pressure
thank
in
you for
one
the
part
9
of the
months.
map, and Magnum either watching their back
Teo.
or left to lurk and claim all the space as the rotations come in.
It's been a long time without a balance.
Goal of this round,
I don't know when it's coming. Like it has to be after Toronto.
Yedege, which he did.
It might be before Toronto, but it messes a lot of teams up. There is a lot of time before it, but
whether or not they can cause any extra damage for Sociable, he's going hunting.
General _ Taz with the prime. Thank you so much for the 6 months. Thank you, thank you.
Armageddon.
And you may recall that he started this round out right around here, wall banging someone with a Guardian. Now he's got himself a stinger because Magnum swaps weapons with him and says, you go get your orbs. Now, that orb's going into the hands of Yampy, like it or not. But he waited as long as he could, just in case Sociable could get there in the end. And in zone, flawless.
Probably doing a lot.
A perfect follow-up. And honestly,
am I adding an extra orb point? Nah, we'll leave his orb. I would honestly half the drone. Half the duration of the drone, 15 extra seconds for his damage. Like,
and the rest of the squad, Bulldogs,
in terms of the reset. He's got to wait 55 seconds once he uses his damage.
I'm like, he's still gonna get a kill. Like he's weirdly ratty.
What about the stinger?
Yeah, it's another SMG.
Maybe drone's a bit slower. I think the drone being fast is fine.
Oh,
no! That's sick.
Oh, that's a table breaker.
That's devastating.
you're going to be incredibly frustrated in a round that you just cannot afford to lose.
Oh, that's a lovely little jump spot. Wait, they look way better on this map. But I mean, FUT's comp just doesn't work. that's one of the big issues.
He goes down, cracks with a quick double. Somehow
oh my goodness, nice shots though.
On his own, dragging his team, kicking and screaming. Before it was Yetage, now it is cracks. And from
feels like this has been a bit of the story of this best of 3 anyway, where it feels like BBL are maybe team playing a bit better, but just have individuals.
This, Tom, is we started out the day going, yeah, cracks, you know, this year just doesn't feel like he's there in the KO, man. He's not hitting the same form. Well, he certainly is in this series, in the last map, and coming into this one, at least this round. The 2v3 still gives BBL an opportunity, a chance to take this across the line.
I do think, again, BBL
you're going to take a 2v3.
Need to play a little bit slower. I get that this was just a one-person carry, but you still got to imagine that the wall is up somewhere,
from his ultimate,
that there can be a stack because of it.
The tide of a round as tight as this.
Salvos already available. Stun still online. A snake bite as well for Profik, but he's not looking to really utilize that extra bit of kit.
There's a lot though. There's a lot to stall this. If Profik can get one, or if he can somehow hide.
Maybe have a bit of an off angle.
Dude, honestly, hiding here is nice because you can have Salvo.
They have completely bypassed
Salvo. He might be able to go over towards here and molly it as well. Oh, he ults, so he's getting half though. Oh, just bro, Fuddy.
But now Profik looks to come back in from behind, and
hey, they played this well though. He played it well.
From the side of BBL, they make that look very easy indeed.
And really building upon the foundations laid thick in the previous rounds, the ult orb management, the early fight from Levin, a position that he tried to get into many times on their defense. Zeus, a pale imitation of that map control, as now 10-5 on the board. Thanks to the salvos, thanks to the ulti in play.
There's no way. Mods, who in the mod team likes this comp?
Cerebral gameplay.
This is an awful comp. This is an awful comp.
And leaving FUT onto a very
Icebox?
It's a sheriff and nothing else. A practically full eco. This is the beginning of the end of this series.
Is isolated. This is a very ratty
hey, give me a name. I'm saying Fio. Feels like a Fio. Feels like a Fio take. Desp likes it. Desp, that's crazy. That's criminal.
To write home about. The weird thing is the current position that's currently in play for Sociable. He's in their spawn, maybe not knowing how many players are there, but they are still checking. Whoops. For everybody on the other side, and well, Levin is doing the business. He even wants to try and make this a little bit easier for Yetage.
Yeah, the beautiful thing about this round, Tom, is they knew that there's only one player on A because they saw them all swinging into Profik. They killed the A player.
DG's in good? Yeah, he's good. I think he needs an op though.
I'm popping the Blade Storm. They're gonna taste.
I think they don't prioritize him having an op as much as they used to, and that's why he's struggling a little bit.
Hold my beer that I've only legally been allowed to drink for the last couple of months.
Yeah, hold my beer. I don't like the flavor. I feel you, brother. I feel you. Oh, this is a statement.
Hand me my juice box.
Yeah, a little pineapple juice will do you well, I'll tell you that. 11 rounds seem to be secured.
Shaming people for liking something. I mean, the comp's not great on this map though.
And realistically,
like there is
it doesn't feel like they have any hands on any reins. It's all about BBL.
Obviously,
it's just wrong to like this comp.
Just put it down.
That's all it is.
Playing a great game,
like you just can't do anything.
It's always the case. You
like it's gonna get 4 rounds on defense.
And you're just exhausted.
That's the issue.
I think we've seen Zeus almost completely teeter out. Like he's consistently been, if he has a bad map, he never has a bad second. Like he's been consistently one of their best players throughout every series we've seen. He is the worst player in the server right now.
Yeah.
Everyone just rushes A or B. Yeah, but everyone just rushes A or B Desp because normally there's a turret or a turret and then an alarm bot in some kind of area for him. But as soon as there's not, then you can just create so much pressure over towards middle. Or just active pressure from the smoke over towards middle is enough that the sights are weak when you are just hitting the sights.
Not at all. No, there are a lot of problems here.
Unless you're going in with a game plan where you ignore middle until they actually hit middle. Or like use some kind of lurk on you.
And like you said, it's very difficult to bounce back.
You could lose a big important round if you do that.
Doesn't matter, we can win the next 2. Yeah.
Well,
but it's the emotions.
They're speaking to their coach.
That's true.
Well, guys.
Well, guys, I hate you
Okay,
sometimes.
a little bit of pressure over towards B.
God's sake.
I like us from BBL though. We're just waiting out the wall as
That's what
well.
we're calling them now, is it?
They pretty much learned from that round where they went a little bit fast,
No,
even though they won
the
it.
reality
Good.
is, it's
They're
hard
just taking their
to have
time.
that
The
emotional
longer
reset,
they
and I
wait,
think
the more
that's what
chances
the
this
logic
smoke
in
could
your
have
head is
gone
one
up,
thing,
and
but
anyone could have
the
pathed
feeling is
into
these rounds
any of
keep
these
on clocking up
positions.
as you keep getting shut down in early fight. Zeus on the push
Oh,
forward.
that is.
Oh, this could be it.
That's
He catches
incredibly
it,
unlucky. He gets full
Beautiful
info that there's
timing.
no
He
one
only sees
behind it
one.
as well, so they can
No need
heavier
to
stack
rotate.
over
They'll
towards
stick
B. They
in
still got to
position
worry
on
about the
B.
lurk in
Even
middle.
having the Deadlock utility
And
to
let's
back
keep a
them
good
up,
eye
the
on the
back
lurk in
goes
middle right
swinging
now.
early. He falls. Deadlock utility dealt with. Ult activated by Cracks. He's been sensational
Yeah.
so far. A
No
highlight
info on
of
this.
the FUT squad, and it's a double up for him. Profek on the lurk. Another staple of this series, especially here on Icebox. He's managed to thread the needle
It's
for
this
one.
duo again.
Zeus goes down one
but
by
they can just
one.
be
They're
anywhere.
falling. Late play through mid though. Yedije should tip the scales in their favor here. It's Profek down for nothing.
Salvos,
and so
though,
Shabal
of
to do
course.
it all. He's got salvos. The time not that far gone. That's going to delay them.
Oh, damn, bro.
Healthy
What is that one?
That's absurd.
Luckily, Cracks is still going, so that will be no problem to just get that diffuse across the line.
Just chilling at the end, a relaxing end to what was a chaotic round. I think again, like you just see moments where that initial
Traded himself.
setup to try and put out a captain into
Ooh,
play
nice
didn't
shot,
work,
bro.
but then Cracks just saved them. The late flank from Yedije and being able to finally put the annihilation into play. Wasn't really anywhere for Sociable to go.
Please not again.
Interestingly,
Nah,
Sociable's
again, I
actually
think
gonna be the
BBL
one
are
to
probably
pick up the
playing too
operator
good
going
for
into
it.
this round. Maybe
Didn't
somebody
feel
he wants to
convincing.
deny,
You gotta look at the
because
money
a lot
as
of the
well.
time-
It's 3 that
Okay,
can't
we've
buy
seen him
next.
do it on the chamber
100%.
when he plays Pearl, but a lot of the
So
time you
Sociable
expect that
gets
to be
the
Levin
op
or
out
even Yumpy.
on the
From what
tail.
we saw from the 48 rounds on Ascent, he probably picked it up the most.
Okay, we got wall over towards middle.
This has been an incredible series, but the gift might stop giving fairly soon. 5-round cap, a big climb back from FUT,
Okay,
but we
pressure
saw
over
it on
towards
Ascent.
B. Correct
We
question
saw
mark.
that resurgence. Here has a different feel. It's been dominant for BBL so far. The operator coming out.
Yeah,
not
but
able
they
to
see the
find its
wall
mark
here,
just yet,
and they're
but
going to see it
resetting for
literally
that
go
A
as
side.
well, so they know that
They found
once
so
they
much
start putting
success
that
here
wall up,
before,
we got pressure again everywhere,
whether it's Levin's entries or Sociable,
which means
on
that
that op,
sites will be
we need
weak.
to see Zeus have a strong start to this battle.
I think the other danger as well is Profek with a plant is a Viper's Pit. So you have so much available to you. No command as well. It could be used to get in, or it could be used, well, never mind. It's going to be used to get in. Space
Oh, that's
taken,
great
pressure.
flash.
Yedije, in fact, he's taken so
That's a
much
great
damage.
flash.
A couple of extra
Like just
assists,
pathing into the
easiest
smoke
assist
with the
Yumpy's
flash
ever
over
gonna
the
get,
top.
and
It's
Levin
really nice.
taking this deep control.
It's a
expected,
classic,
well,
but this was like
attempted.
good execution of
And
it.
that's almost too easy. The Viper's Pit even going to be used for safety. Now,
Great
safety
shots, man,
is
my
not
goodness.
needed. An end zone
Okay,
flawless
6.
with Levin taking over. We saw this versus Koi, and okay, maybe we looked at the opponent and went,
At least it's a 2-0 to make
you know,
make back a little
he's
bit of
doing
time.
it versus FUT as well. 19 and 12, 18 and 11 for Sociable. The 2 at the top of the scoreboard once again. And while FUT need 6 in a row, they've done it before, but Mitch, this has looked like a different map.
It absolutely has, and we're seeing as well this level from Levin, the backup he has from Yumpy. He would have been dead to rights from Yedije, but a beautiful position. Had eyes on him for probably 2 seconds. Problem was his eyes were burning because of the flash that Yumpy threw in. It blinded them completely. He got an assist on both kills on site, thanks to it. And FUT.
And the
Was
knock.
Yampy looking his IGL? Dude,
course,
some
but
of the
it's
rounds that he was calling in
It's gonna be-
overtime on
it's gonna be
Ascent was
Either way,
really nice.
But the flash
It was
is what
really,
made
really
the difference.
nice.
It's what allowed those players to connect the kills with 6 rounds in a row needed now from FUT,
yeah, I mean, pretty
doubling
much
up
just that.
on what they've achieved so far. It's not looking like this is going to be an easy round
I've hit
at
3
all
there,
for
looks
FUT
like
to
it.
connect with that op still to contend with.
And the buy stinks.
They've 3 players on A, Tom, and I think most likely as time goes on, you're going to want to take that peek. You're going to want to see if there's anyone up around Belt, and if you do, Sociable will be
BBL
there
done
to
that
greet
thing
you.
again, where they just wait for the wall.
Still have some faith in Cracks.
They're playing nice against it. It's only been that one
Very
round
well
where they went
this
aggro over towards A.
Series so far. This
They went too
marathon.
fast.
He was there throughout the lot of it, a backwards dash into the
Yeah,
side.
this is nice, but at the same
I'm
time we gotta
guessing that
luck
was to
all
avoid
the way
whatever
from
flash
B at
was
the
thrown,
moment.
but
So
it
once they take
hasn't
this duel in
avoided
middle, we definitely
the
gotta keep
death
an eye
toll,
on the
and that's
luck
gonna
from
put the
Magnum.
Waylay ultimate available.
Magnum's taking a lot of space. What is the timing on this one?
Magnum has got to. The surprise, though, is there.
Ooh.
The turnaround, and somehow Ada Captain wins that battle as well. 2 players remain. Spike not planted.
Not the prettiest thing we've seen.
For Yumpy, but well, his teammates nowhere to be seen. I don't think there's even any time to get anything done here, and with Zeus in position, yeah, just take the orb and that's it.
Well, even go for the fight. If they take you out, that's great. You get an orb, you have ult off, rip in the next round, you've got economy as well to fall back on. I think it's probably the right call that he's going for. You don't just want to step into salvos, though. You want a chance to rip weapons out of their hands as well. Maybe get that orb for free, but it's not granted. 12-7, 5 rounds in a row now from FUT. Good denial by Zeus on the initial fight. Great mid control as well coming in from Mr. Fallen. Like you said, that deep push coming in. It was necessary, especially with those weaker weapons. It bridged the gap, but they have plenty more to do.
All right, 5 chances.
A lot of ultimates.
Yetajay gets the up out.
Lockdown.
Interesting.
Also got the Armageddon, but that's already online on the other
When
side.
do you believe?
We've still got
Has to get to like 11, man.
Virgin's path
They'll just get locked on 1 round.
set up. I wonder if it's going to be utilized off rip, especially in this tight laneway. It could be almost a freebie, but the one man that might be able to escape it would be Levin. And they're waiting for contact. They're hoping something's given away, maybe a drone.
Okay, flash re-clear over towards B, but as we can see, the jet inserted is just going to hear that. So they hear the wall go down as well, and obviously they see it now. Drone clearing over towards A. Still doesn't clear that much though.
But this is all a ruse.
Zeus just left
Did the
B-side
double
as
lock.
well. Leaving B that little bit more open. Information now coming in that's where the hit is. His presence. Magnum's caught Mr. Fallen lacking. The mid control for him.
Dude,
good.
Magnum gonna win this as well?
Spotted Zeus, but Zeus fires right
Still,
back
his
at
tail ult's great.
Ult put into play is gonna
Yeah,
push
dude
him
has to
forward.
force him out
Cracks
into the
in
open, otherwise he's gonna get
position.
tail
He
ulted.
was dead to rights if he didn't move. And
Really strong.
instead steps into their waiting crosshairs. No follow-up on the utility thrown through as Ada Captain wraps around. Great C's too. They're getting a lot done with that utility with Yetajay following up. It's all on Profek. He's got his Vandal to play with and a good idea where these players are, but only
It's a really good
20
reposition from
seconds.
Yetajay though.
Oh, he spotted one down
Could be
below.
winning
The
this.
spray is good, but no idea on the final player. Yetajay in there
Another
to close
close
it
one.
out. The gap down to 4 and a little bit more manageable. What I was going to say, Tom, as well, when it comes to Zeus, it's even more impressive that BBL are able to shut him down like this, considering coming into today, he was first in ADR, he was second to Miniboo in ACS and kills per round, and third in first kills per round. The guy has been leading so many
Running
of these
back.
stats, or competing with some of the biggest names in the world. And
I'm
then
out,
he
maybe?
faces BBL, and it's like his kryptonite.
It really has been.
But I mean, they're doing a lot of good stuff.
Be it the guy who made his name on the stage last year at the top of the board, you mentioned Miniboo. Zeus, who I think up until maybe last week was top. Like, I think he was top on pretty much everything. It's just that I think some very impressive performances from Miniboo has sort of taken that spot away. I think I remember looking at the top ACS of everyone a couple of weeks ago, and that was Zeus #1, including every other region.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was #1 at least for a bit. I remember seeing the leaderboard. It was put out by the Valley Sports Twitter.
That's incredible.
So he's definitely been having a display in previous weeks, but this week it's not quite been the same. I think BBL have done a very good job of shutting him down. I think also just the way that Levin plays, it's so unconventional that you're going to have fights when you don't expect fights. And like when you're the team that causes the surprise, it's great. When you're the guy getting surprised every round, oh, it's horrific. Like you're seeing what it's like to basically play against you.
I mean, the reality is the word anti gets thrown around a lot. And I think sometimes unwarranted. Sometimes it is just
Killjoy
a comp that works
on
against your
attack
comp,
Zeus.
not planned out
again.
for you.
Oh,
but I
boy.
think BBL's a different kettle of fish altogether.
Very
Zeus
nice.
opening. As there'll be no anti to his early aggression this time. He has caught them lacking. And with Sociable down, you're losing some of that displacement utility, some of that information on the
contact
drone.
walk up
They
to
go in
A.
together though, looking to take these fights
Dude,
around.
contacting everywhere.
On the B site, gets Profek 1, but he's soon to fall, surely.
11 HP, dude. If Magnum won that, is the round done. It's pretty much even in terms of HPs.
Everything on B. The thing is, they know Profek's there. They're waiting for him to wrap around, and he has to be
Doable for
quick.
Yampy.
because
Does
Yampy's all
he
alone.
consider
Coming
behind?
around from Mr. Fallen as well. Timing here is perfect. It couldn't be any better, knowing that that space was completely open once the Sentinel of Magnum had gone down. A quick adaptation from the IGL ultimate not even being needed in the end, and that will be another round on the board, just like the last
Oh no,
one.
why did I see someone fiddling with,
BBL.
what was it,
FUT
keyboard?
Right at the depths of fighting this one back.
Well, they needed 6 in a row, and that seemed like a big task. They had struggled to
Yeah, there
connect
we go.
anything, but now just 3 rounds needed. As BBL, unfortunately,
Can we
see
turn
red on the stage
Sue's
again.
mic whenever this happens? Because I just hear, way. Can hear it. She is not particularly close by.
Oh, there she is. No, she is. She's waiting for the interview, of course, afterwards. Can we get a chant from Sue? Where's the let's go tech pause? We're missing it. Yes, thank you guys. I don't think you'll be able to hear it at home, but there's a little bit of energy in the arena from the Turkish talent and Sue down on the stage. Oh, 3 rounds needed, 3 in a row. It's a much more palatable discussion
it's exactly
for
the
fun.
same as last map. They needed 6 rounds
Was
in
it
a row.
6 as well?
Yeah, it was 6
wow.
rounds in a row. That's what they got. They ended up getting to 12 first. And then, yeah,
All right.
now they need the same again.
Well, Achilleos, we're coming for your record 2 times in a row, buddy.
Ready check from the
We're
players.
gonna take
Okay.
it. I got a message after, very politely telling me that we've beaten the Pacific record as well, and he was none too happy about it.
Hardest is saying he's the only one that can
So-
save
Does that
Vitality
include
right
the
now.
7-hour tech pause that they had at the beginning?
I mean,
I think
maybe.
we're talking rounds
Do they
here.
need
I think
saving
we're
at the moment?
talking about-
Okay.
I don't think we're talking about matches.
Because in
I feel like the guy needs to actually play the game instead of
You guys have
jumping
us there.
around
You know
in
what, Achilleos?
training mode,
you
though.
can keep that accolade.
Every
I'll let
time
you
I go
have
to
it.
this guy's stream, he's just jumping around the training mode.
It was one of their videos of them sat down
It's
doing
crazy.
about 45
Play the
times.
game, man.
It was great content. Really enjoyed it.
Well, you said it, Tom. They've done it before in just the previous map.
He's the type of guy that just has training mode on, jumps around, and then tells people to check his hours. What do you mean? I've been playing. I've been playing 40 hours this week.
And mainly when you see
Have you?
Levin has got a that took it away just
Oh,
in
boy.
time. Levin's got a blade storm. Early fight sent in by Zeus, and
Okay.
it's Levin to return a kill.
Yeah, that's a
In
nice
fact,
way of doing it.
wasn't
3
one tapped
chances. We
out.
got the
He's the one just fighting it
Killjoy
from
ult
the
on this one. Got
get-go.
Viper ult over
Like I
towards
said, you
here,
see the blade
and
storm
we
online,
have a
you
luck
start to-
on middle,
Oh,
and
Prophet
that's a good
lurks
amount of
again,
info, and
getting
he
up
can
to
just
no
jump
good
back.
around middle.
Yeah, he can just stay alive now. It's done enough.
Such a big advantage now. They need a hero, and there's
Well,
no hero to be had. Zeus
and that's it.
down. Lockdown for safety, but there's nobody here. The Viper's pit was placed on the other side of the map. That was being held by the captain. Yedege is already stuck on the...
Just too much,
Middle of the
right?
map, and
Yampy's
there's
gonna
still a
have
look.
all.
There's still a player sitting behind Profek, and his timing has been impeccable
We got
all the way
Lombot
through this map so far.
mollies.
Out of captain, good for
Hey,
one. That mark
mollies.
might be needed, but Yedege's the one to shut it down. Okay, FUT, I see the game. They're right back into it. And remember
Turret,
how
so
we
you
got
know
to
that you
OT.
can pop a
It was
molly.
Red Bull clutch after Red Bull clutch. For
Pop
BBL,
another molly.
their utility
Got
is
Teo.
keeping the clock in their favor. Salvo's online as well. Infinite delay, it seems, for this squad as FUT desperately trying to get this diffused to half, but it's just not happening. Swing through.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, surely not.
Alone, and Yedege in the dirt.
How?
Managed to salvage success
How?
from the depths of defeat.
That's mad.
And we go
That's
at least
actually
one
mad.
more round.
They really don't want to lose this game. People are talking
No,
about
they
this
got
as,
the
"Oh,
2
they might just be
early picks,
proceeding, you know, flip a coin,
2v5,
it'll be between the two of them.
2v5,
They'll just get a
KO,
different matchup
double
depending on
mollies,
what goes on in the other
salvo.
group, but you could tell for both of these squads, Turkey versus Turkey, the pride of the country on
Surely
the line,
not.
that neither team wants to lose this game. And for FUT already having defeat 25-23, you could forgive them for clocking out.
They
I
got
will
more than
forgive
4
them for
rounds? Yeah,
clocking
but
out.
mate, look at that round.
But even in that
Look
scenario,
at that
what, 2
round, though.
versus 4, they were still happy to battle.
You can't say this is my fault for that.
For
Like,
FUT
we were
to come out on
relatively
top with that round,
spot
Tom.
on
I
with
was
what it
certain
should have
that's the
been.
end, but then I thought back to the
I'm not taking
previous map,
responsibility
to
for
how
that
many times we
2v5.
thought, oh, well, here it is. Time to get the lunch orders in, but well,
Lunch?
no such thing.
But what time zone are you in?
You know when I wake up, Tom. You know when I had breakfast when I got
my,
here.
my 8:30 lunch.
Yeah, well,
Dude, Zeus clears it all. Does he overpush? Or does he win the round by holding the map control?
I'll bring me to dinner time. Push up in mid, but look at BBL. They've got themselves. I mean, okay, first of all, look at the position in mid from the attackers. Look at where Zeus has gotten to. So much
oh no, surely not.
From this position, Yedajay with the closest range ult I've ever seen. Using his ult like a shotgun. Zeus having pushed through now catches him off, and it's a messy round. At least from the side of BBL, they'll think that. But well handled.
This is so good.
They set the dominoes up and watch them fall.
This is so funny.
Left with 3 to pick up. Zeus, the first
oh my goodness, how they here.
And he hammers that shot
It's 6
home.
chances into 1 last chance.
To 11. They needed 6 in a row, and we doubted them. The fools that we
I mean,
FUT
I said
are
I'd stop
now
believing here,
just
so
one away
I guess I got it.
from another OT, and God knows it can go anywhere from there.
How many OTs was it?
Not another overtime.
Let's relax.
That might be
No,
William's toughest job of just counting how many OTs there were to put that on the screen.
Oh,
If we get there, I'd like to know.
did that even hit?
5 in
so.
a row. Yedajay
12.
said, like, when you look at that switch up going back to the Sentinel, he's someone that we love seeing within that role, and he's been impressive.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the thing
yeah,
is,
yeah.
it was almost a trap play on the other side, like a solid flash that gets, again, a multi-frag of openers, but his reaction not only
Give me
using the
some,
ult to pick
please,
up
give me
one,
some
but then to
kind of
be able to
insert
quick
over towards
switch,
A, then B
take the
pressure,
fight on the
and
other.
then Profec and Lark.
A pause that gives chances to either side to vocalize, because this wouldn't be the first time BBL have
Yeah, I'm worried that
and they do not
honestly worried
want to
that
add
FUT might
another
just go
overtime
super aggro on
time.
this one.
Well, the Turkish Derby, an event that happens once per year, so far at least.
Yeah.
How much do these extended
VCT
series
partnership.
impact the
They are both in
teams? I mean, the teams would just be in their
2-0,
little prac
exactly.
rooms, just
2-0 to FUT,
just watching the
each
game
step of the
like,
way.
oh no,
But
man.
now
It might be an
BBL
extra
have
2 hours
already
until we
taken a
play.
map. We came
Especially with
into
the
today
overtimes.
asking who would be the kings of Turkey when FUT have sat on that throne. Can we
We just settle on both.
at this point, Tom, it's a close-fought battle. Enemies at the gates of both city, but the reality is it could come down to just this round here.
Mr. Fallon is all Zeus. Dude, they got good ults.
Opposition.
Oh, they
Two
got really
ultimates
good
with
ults.
Another very close by. You might favor FUT in this scenario, but you know what I'd favor?
Ah, it's a tech pause.
Another tech pause.
Oh
okay,
no,
'Cause they're all
please, no.
stood still,
Wait, we
making
okay?
Suspicious.
Okay, maybe they're back.
Well, Sociable's holding an angle I haven't seen held before. Oh, he's moving again.
No,
They
I
might
think
be
he was
back.
getting
We
ready.
might be okay.
Genuinely unplugged something by accident, but he's ready to go. It's a 2-second delay.
Seems like.
Dude, imagine they went aggro. Imagine they went aggro. This guy's keyboard's just not working.
No, we're going.
Direction of the site.
They're going to go for this B hit.
A chance on the cross.
Okay, the Teo luck.
Just
We've
jump
added
spotting,
in
but with
the
ultimates
the
they
Teo
have,
luck. He gets inserted down here. He's going to stay crouched the whole time. Killjoy's going to make a play.
he can look to try
And then he's
buy
going to be
time
the
back
extra
and Zerg.
element that they don't expect because they're going to spot the
He's so
Viper
important. In fact,
over
yeah, if he's
towards
got
B.
support, he can sell the idea that maybe only one player is in this position, but they're already it's 2 openers. Mr. Farlin needs
Dude,
to
the
trade and he gets
Killjoy's just
nothing.
killing everyone.
Leaving now,
Not
Yeteshay
another
and
2v5,
captain.
come
They
on.
want to try and get
Come
back
on
into
now.
position to maybe bring back cracks, but it is patient on the other
One,
side.
but they shouldn't
And even though
expect
that
the
there's a
Teo.
second player, the timing
Oh,
is
no.
everything, though. Yeteshay
No.
has been able to get that pick. Once again, bringing it into the realms of possibility. Viper's pit
Okay.
in, immediately drops one, and now all that stands in their way is
Holy.
Yeteshay, and he won't be able to do it. For the
Oh
first
my
time
goodness.
In the partnership
Almost.
era, BBL are victors in the Turkish derby.
We
That
wondered
was
who'd
nuts.
sit on that throne, a throne that FUT have always occupied, but now